Hi, guys. It's Monday. What, the 20th? Yeah, I think it's the 20th of May. Whoosh, as time flies. Welcome to Terry TV. I'm Terry Harden, your host. And this is one of those channels that if you're new to it, I don't interview. If I do, they're usually in the room with me. Very rare. You've got lots of places where people interview beautifully, so I don't do it. I am a good interview, though. So if you have a podcast and you want me on there, please do. I will say that I've gone on some fabulous podcasts. You guys are so professional and so good at what you do that I've decided not to compete. I'm just going to do this channel, which is my brain on video. Yeah, pretty much. Welcome to Monday. As I said, I'm Terry Harden, pop icon, Disney Imagineer, and Henson Muppeteer, internationally trademarked artist and speaker. And I do this channel I speak on this every Monday and Friday when possible. And I love it. I'm really happy, and I'm really glad you're joining me today. Thank you for joining me today. And I was a little late. And the reason I was just a touch late, guys, is because I'm still dealing with this private portal into my private group for Terry's Tribe. So before I go into any of your comments, thank you for sitting there and being so patient and waiting for me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Terry's Tribe because I always do. Your voice needs to be heard for as little as $5 a month. I would love for you to join me. I broadcast to the tribe every Monday, every Friday before I come on live. And I also do a Zoom call Wednesdays, usually Wednesday mornings. But lately, I am in a design phase, and I ask my people on Patreon, my tribe, to help me with those designs. So I did a day and a night time call, and I think I might do that again this Wednesday. I have to check my schedule. My schedule's pretty tight as I have been sort of putting off doctor's visits, and now I have to get with it because when you're 66 you should really be going to the doctor when they ask you to, because you never know, right? You're an older person, you want to make sure you stay healthy, so it's a good idea. Sorry, I'm zipping pockets because my hands want to be in the pocket. So basically, you want to make sure you listen to your doctors when that happens. But Patreon is a place where I speak very frankly. And this Facebook thing that Facebook has been doing, I have a private Facebook page and I want to keep it private. When I broadcast to my tribe, I want it to be only with my tribe. It's a safe place for all of you to discuss things that you would not discuss on a public channel. Now, those of you who are podcasters out there or a part of podcasting, or you know about podcasting, know how you can get someone who's a hater that just comes in and starts slashing at you for a statement you made that maybe it's Monday. I mean, Mondays are wild and crazy. So I'm very careful as best I can about what I say. And Facebook has really messed me up because I'm not real technically savvy. So my tribe, Lord love them, they have just been hanging in there because I wrestle with trying to keep this thing private, make sure I'm broadcasting properly. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and it doesn't just work. I'm sure I'm repeating what I'm doing, right? But it's like Farga. I don't, So they patiently wait because they know I am on the other side here in my studio floundering, trying to figure out how to go live privately and keep it. So I think it was last week. I thought I was private and it was public. So that's what I'm concerned about, is that I think it's a private broadcast and then all of a sudden someone pops in and I know they're not a member because I know my members. That's the other thing. We're not a huge group, but we're a good group. We're a consistent group. And I'd love to ask you guys to join Terry's Tribe. Check it out, patreon.com/Terry Harden, $5 a month, because I want you to put your skin in the game and I'll take your hand and show up. Yes. And so you get to help me with a lot of designs. I bounce it off of you. I talk about projects I'm doing, things I'm passionate about, and we talk about whether or not you're interested. Overall, there's some really good, heavy Disney people in there. And then when it comes to my own art, they're very open and honest and frank. And we talk about your art. We talk about what you can do to further your art, if it's art, further your career, if it's something you want to do and you're in a job that you don't really like and you want to be able to vent a little bit about it. We're behind a private closed door and we have that option. Now, I know there are things like Discord. I haven't done Discord. I don't understand Discord. And I don't understand a lot of these chat type sites because me and technology, my brain can only hold so much. I'd rather be painting and sculpting and drawing, performing, entertaining, speaking. So I haven't touched on it yet, but a lot of people are telling me it's a very, including many of my friends on Patreon, not my members, but I am friends with a lot of other artists in this group. It's a great place to be if you're an artist. And so basically on this page, you get a lot of stuff you don't get here. It's just a little more of my time, but it's more specific to you. Does that make sense? And we do that every week. I work my level best to do that every week. So for $5 a month, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. So check it out. You're not going to get golden handcuffs. It's month to month so that you can get out. You can put your right foot in. You can see if it's for you. Take it out if you don't want it. No offense. We're not going to say mean things about you or make you feel bad. We understand, $5 a month is $5 a month, and maybe you need to eat, but a quarter in a jar next to your door on the first day of the month, by the end of the month, you got that money to do it. And so I keep it in this $5 range. So it's not, hopefully it's not too much of a burden on you month to month. But you do need to have skin in the game. Now you can also attach yourself to my Patreon page for free. But the downside is I'm not really speaking to the free members as well as I could because I'm still getting a handle on things that are going on here. So as a free member, I try to throw you a bone, but it's nowhere near. It's kind of better. I mean, you're welcome to be on the Patreon page as a free member, and I appreciate it. It's not that I don't appreciate it, but you're a free member here too. So it's up to you. You could be both because I broadcast here every Monday and Friday for you for free. And $5 a month is little to ask. So I hope that you will join as a paying member and get inside and see what it's like. I am learning how to bring free members into the fold and help them to understand why they want to be a $5 member. But at this point, I'm really working with those who are paid members right now, and I'm doing my best to talk to you guys free here. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, it's me, so just consider it. So today, I'm just going to hide this and go back to you guys. I wanted to talk about Nicolas Cage because Sunday is my family day. Now, many people may say, I thought you were semi-retired. And I thought your husband was retired. Or maybe you're not saying that, but I'll say that now. That's true. And so during the week could work out really good. But with me, that takes planning because I am in the zone of the weekend. Saturday is for events and appearances and places because most of you, if you have an event, want me there on a Saturday. And if I can swing it, I will. There are some events that happen on Sunday, as i.e. yesterday, Walt's Barn was open at Griffith Park. And if you've never been there, it's the third Sunday of every month, pretty much like clockwork. And it's fabulous. Coming soon, they will be celebrating an anniversary. And so look them up. They are the Carolwood Society. Just pop them into your browser and take a look, and you can learn about their anniversaries coming up and if they're having special guests on the day, on the third Sunday. Sometimes they do, but it's a great area even if they don't announce special guests. This is the Carolwood Barn, Walt's actual barn that you can tour. Like I said, it's free. If you haven't been there, you got to go through it. It's very cool. But it is a place for Imagineers to hang out. A lot of us go there without even saying we're going to be there. We just show up. Floyd Norman, Bob Gurr, sometimes Margaret Carey. Usually if Margaret's coming because she lives in the Carolinas, forgive me, let me take a drink of tea. Oh, I'm glad I did that. Mm. Okay, that's just heaven. That's just heaven right there. Needs to be a little hotter though. My point is that it's a great place to go check out the live steamers, which are the trains that people sit straddled over and you can ride them. Griffith Park's a great place, but this barn is amazing because it's actually Walt's barn. You got a lot of knowledgeable people. You can see the combine car that I helped to get to its location by participating in a few events to support them and things like this. So it's very cool, but that was yesterday. But next, in June, go third week in June, and we just sort of pop over there. But I did not do it this Sunday, and the reason being because my husband has been very, very understanding, and I have been busy for the past 3 weeks on our Family Day Sunday. Our thought was like many people suggested, since you're retired, why don't you just make your family day a day during the week? Au contraire, mon ami, not so easily done. And this is because everyone else works Monday through Friday. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've put off a lot of my doctor's visits because of various reasons, family stuff with my dad passing, being administrator of his estate, and all the stuff that implies with probate. Don't need to go there. But there's that coming across the bow. There's a lot of loose little ends and critters that creep across that I may have missed. A collector here, a collection here, or something there that I may not have got when looking at my dad's stuff. So it's just be ready, like a cat, be on your feet and go, okay, what's next? And also, I have some art going on, projects in the works. One is that I'm working with the tribe on a pin to celebrate the birthday, Disneyland's birthday. And I'm working on that. Nothing in stone yet. I will keep you guys posted, but I'm thinking about it. I'm also working on some pins for a friend of mine in Mississippi. I want to get those done this week. She's been very patient, and I want to make sure she has them for the holiday season. I'd like her to have them before Halloween because I'd like to do one on her haunted house, and I think it will sell well for her. So I'm working to get that going as well. So there's lots of projects on my table, and during the week, I have the discipline of working hard to get them done. In that, my mother is in a convalescent hospital, so I work hard to see her once or twice a week. Sometimes I can, sometimes I cannot. Lately, because of these doctor visits, which have you noticed with doctor visits that you got to be at the doctor's call? You can't say, hey, I got this day. Does he got an appointment or does she have an appointment? Because they're fewer and far between. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've noticed it's kind of like I'll say, I need this. And they'll say, well, they're not available until June. And you're like, what? What? So I have to be very patient and careful. I have to bear in mind that I've got to work my schedule to their schedule a little bit. And so that is the challenge. As I get older, I'm used to, a doctor saying, well, today, tomorrow, next week, like the furthest out next week. Not today, tomorrow, July. Excuse me, what? So today, after I get off here, I will be calling those doctors again to see if anything's opened up. But it is a real head twister, Linda Blair style, for me to hear that some of these doctors won't be available until mid-June, and it's mid-May. I'm not used to that. I'm just not used to that. Many will say that the pandemic had something to do with it. I think the pandemic has taken a lot of hits that may or may not be true. But it's okay. Doctors can make the call. Maybe they're realizing that they don't have to be at our beck and call anymore. They can kind of make their schedule because they are the professional. So I have to get used to this, is what I'm saying. And I got to get this working now. So that's kind of what shifts during the week, creates things during the week. So my husband and I decided to kind of keep to that schedule: Monday through Friday work, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's our family day. And we've been doing it for so long, our dog knows when Sunday is. So she will get up in the morning and we will have our coffee. I usually bring my husband breakfast in bed. Yep, give him breakfast in bed. Usually something fun. I like to make a nice little brunchy thing with either coffee or tea and juice if you want juice, and something yummy. And my dog, when we get her out, he's fed her, we're still in robes, we curl up on the bed, we have breakfast in bed, and that dog lays right here. Okay, and she is a little 10-pound dog, and she lays right here, and she lays here to let us know we will be resting today. Get up, get on the chase lounge, fine, but we will not be moving around much other than to make food. But it is family day, so we will do something as a group, including her. Whether it's sit on the porch swing with a cup of coffee while she runs around the yard and barks at everything that moves, or we chill. The idea is to chill. Phone is off, or at least silenced. So if you're trying to reach me on a Sunday, a lot of times you cannot do it, because just because that phone can reach people anywhere doesn't mean I have to listen to it. So that's a day, lock everything off. And if you want me to appear on a Sunday, I turn to my husband and say, can we shift our family day? So I had been doing that for 3 weeks. And honestly, I wanted a family day with him. I didn't care if we did anything. So enter Nick Cage. We decided to spend a lot of the day. Well, I don't know how much he decided, but he did enjoy it. He catnapped a lot, because I got on this. You know how you're watching something and you start to say, I wonder. I love Ghost Rider with Nick Cage. I adore Ghost Rider. I don't know how you feel about it. You can tell me in the comments, but I love this movie. I love Nick Cage in just about every movie that he does, good and bad. I think he brings it no matter how bad the movie is. I just saw a movie yesterday called Left Behind. Pretty terrible. I mean, not good acting except for Nick Cage. Nick Cage did a great job. He brings it. Now, the rumor is that he had some financial difficulties, whatever the reason, not going to get into that. But his thought was, I'm going to put myself out there. Now, this is a marketing ploy, right? He puts himself out and says, I will be in your movie for $1 million. Flat. This is what the rumor, my husband was telling me this. And everybody was like, whoa, $1 million for Nick Cage? Goody, goody. And so he's done hundreds of movies. I mean, hundreds and hundreds. I mean, my husband probably has the exact thing, but there's a lot of movies with Nick Cage in it, and all of them are fun. I just think they're fun. And Ghost Rider, I started to think to myself, is there a sequel? Now, my husband says, yes, there is a sequel. Wasn't very good, but you saw it. Now, here's my blessing as a person seeing movies. If I haven't seen it in a while, I don't remember it. So Star Wars, obviously, I remember because I saw it 183 times back in 1977. But so I remember that one. And Empire Strikes Back 95 times or 97 times. But that's another story. If you want to know about it, post in the comments and I'll tell you my Star Wars story. Okay. I'm writing a book about it. That's another story. But most movies, I don't know unless I see them over and over and over again. All right. So 10 Commandments. When I was a little girl, that was my favorite movie. Song of Bernadette and 10 Commandments. Both really wonderful. So I can quote the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston. Moses, Moses, Moses is one of my favorite lines that she says. And just love this movie. Parting of the Red Sea. Everything's a painting. If you haven't seen 10 Commandments, you need to see it. It should be on your list because it's amazing. Years later, I got to meet Charlton Heston and tell him how much I loved him in Ben-Hur, in Earthquake, in 10 Commandments. I often act out the scenes that I love. I was on a movie called Mama's Boy, and I love Eli Wallach and from Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I love his Tuco character, but I also like Lee Van Cleef's Angel Eyes and Charlton. Sorry, Clint Eastwood's Blondie. I love this movie. I love this movie a lot, and I think I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. I love this movie. So I had said I'd love to meet Eli Wallach, just standing. I remember where I was. I was in my bedroom looking at my TV, watching him on the screen, and I said to myself, you know, it would be great to meet Eli Wallach. 2 weeks later, true story, I was on a set of a movie called Mama's Boy, and standing next to me was, you guessed it, Eli Wallach. I told him, because a lot of times when I'm in some of these movies, because I look like I do, you don't really want me if I'm going to be doing an extra. So like if I'm a guest star, which I was on a show called Shark with James Woods. James Woods had me on 2 episodes of Shark, which was pretty cool. But I have a very unusual look, if you haven't noticed. And so to be an extra, which is great money if you're Screen Actors Guild, which I am, it's a few hundred a day, as opposed to if you're an extra and you're not union, right? It can be less. Well, it will be less. But my point is that I'm with a group that says, hey, Terry, I have a crowd scene. I need somebody to fill. I need filler, people in a stand or people in a mosh pit or people in this case, restaurant, which I like the restaurants because I get to eat. But this was the case. It was a bookstore. They needed people inside the bookstore. But I looked too unusual. So get this, guys. I was the shadow on the window that crosses behind the actors who are filming inside. True story. That was me. I was a passing shadow. So while I was in position, waiting for the action cue to cross so that it showed, exterior shadows, Eli Wallach walked right up and stood right next to me without knowing it. And I turned and went, you're Eli Wallach. And he said, yes. And I said, you're my favorite actor. And he said, really? And I said, yes, I just love you in Good, the Bad, the Ugly, your Tuco character, blah, 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 blah. And he says, that's lovely. Can we talk about this a little bit later? I must go act now. And I said, yes, action. We did this. We did the thing. He went inside and acted. I stayed outside. Whatever it takes to have a good time, right? I'm one of these people that as an extra, I don't care. But my agent says, Terry, you can be face down naked in a dumpster. And people say, Terry, why are you naked in a dumpster? So that's why she doesn't like me to do extra work, because I'm too recognizable. So I have to be way out. I keep trying to get, when Yellowstone was happening, I kept applying because I ride horses really well. And I told them they could put me way in the back and I could just ride my horse all day, which would have been really fun. But so far, no takers. But anyway, it was cool. Back to Nick Cage. So Nick Cage says, for $1 million, I'll do a movie. And people jump on it. In fact, I billed for the movies. I have before. That was my major source of income. And my friend Ken was working on one. I think it's called like Wally World. It's really a bad movie. It's really a terrible movie. It's not Ken's fault. Ken didn't make the movie. He built the characters for the movie. And they're scary. So mission accomplished, Ken. Good job. But Nicolas doesn't talk in it. He's there, but he never says a word. He is completely mute throughout the movie. Now, sitting through this movie is difficult, okay? It's seriously caca. It's bad. It's really bad. But I had to watch it because I wanted to see my friend Ken's work in it. We sat A to Z. I mean, it is bad. Wally World. It's about a guy who's inside of one of those Chuck E. Cheese type places, and the audio animatronics start to do their thing without help of anybody else and become, scary and creepy. Not a problem there. They really were scary and creepy, but really, really bad. So needless to say, I love Nick Cage movies. There's the ones that you all know, Rock, Con Air, Pig. If you haven't seen Pig, he's amazing in Pig. Just some great stuff he's done. I saw one yesterday that I absolutely fell in love. Lindsay and I were watching it, called Retirement Plan. And since I'm semi-retired, you know why I watched that, right? And it was good. It's very interesting, though. I was hoping there would be a sequel. And they say maybe, but the director's like, no, I don't think so. But a lot of people are like, please. So we'll see. But he does some great stuff. And he's made more movies than I think a lot of the number one actors are doing. And he's got his own production company. I don't know when that was, but it's a really beautiful logo. It's like it's Saturn. It's really pretty. But I don't, Lindsay will tell you the name of it, but it's Saturn. All I know is I recognize the planet because I'm visual. Didn't read much of the words. It just, Lindsay says, that's his company. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. He has his own production company now, which is pretty exciting. So he's making his own movies and he's casting all his friends, which is super cool. You think when you've been in the movie industry long enough, you just cast your friends and you all have a good time. It's kind of like Best in Show, which Nick Cage isn't in. But if guys have seen Christopher Guest's Best in Show, they're all buddies. They're all funny, hilarious people, and they always did a series of movies together, like Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show. They are hilarious. They're a group of people that Christopher Guest would just hire the same people, and they would do these movies, and it was fun to watch them because it was the same ensemble, like theater, but it was film. So that seems to be what Nick is doing, is he's bringing in people that he cares about, he likes, and are very cool. And he's doing all kinds of different genres. So you can put in Nick Cage in your search engine on your stream, and it just goes like this. It'll say Nick Cage action movie, Nick Cage thought-provoking, Nick Cage, So it's my goal to like watch every movie. I want to see all the movies that he's in, and it's been a lot of fun. So we had a great time yesterday. We made some chili. Well, I made some chili. And I made this delicious chili for us to eat. We curled up and watched these movies. And then later on, my husband reheated the chili up and put it over bread, and it was really good. Put it over toast, and it was really tasty. And then I was up in Oxnard, the strawberry festival, strawberry capital of the world. And I have a really wonderful friend named Linda Rolls, and Linda Rolls is up in Oxnard a lot. So I asked her for a half a flat of the berries from Oxnard because they are beyond delicious, sweet naturally, and huge. Oxnard is the strawberry capital. So she brought them to me at Bingo, because Bingo's in Moore Park. And I took them home, and I gave 2 baskets to my neighbor because my neighbor's amazing. And I had 4 baskets for us. And all we did was get these berries and some whipped cream, and for dessert, dip the berry in the whipped cream, and that was our dessert, and it was amazing. It was a really great food day. It was a really great curl up day. I fell asleep, woke up, fell asleep, woke up. But the problem is I really didn't know what to post about. This is why you guys saw the post at like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m, something crazy, because I'm not always sure what I want to talk about. And I'm not really sure how to handle that. Maybe I'll just say, don't know what I'm going to talk about, but join me on TERRI TV. That may be so I can get some running room to let you guys know that I will be. But consistency is the key. So always know at 9:45 on Mondays and Fridays, I'm going to be broadcasting unless I speak otherwise. Even if you don't see it until you wake up Friday morning, just know I always work to do it every single time, or I'll let you know when I'm not going to do it, or I'll do a pre-recorded. Did you like the pre-recorded that you saw? I've got another one. I don't know if I'll do it Friday, but I have another one that you guys are going to be able to see. I give early access to my Patreon page. They get to see that stuff first. And again, $5 a month. That's a lot for $5 a month, or you can contribute more if you want, and check it out. So please do check it out. What else can I tell you today? Yeah. So the Nick Cage movies, I saw a movie called Stolen I liked a lot. And I really liked The Retirement Plan. I thought that one was really good, really funny, and really fun. And the reason was some of the characters that were, because being a character actress, don't always get cast. My auditions are usually 10 a year, and I might get 2 things, and it can be a quick commercial, a PSA. Sometimes it's a photo shoot, so it's not a lot, but it's fun. So I'm happy to do it. But I'm always looking at the characters that salt and pepper the sidelines. Like you have your lead, which is Nick, and he's always fun. but the people he has surrounding him, sort of complimenting him when he's doing whatever he's doing, are a lot of fun too. Are just really exciting to see, sometimes not so exciting, like that Left Behind movie. It was like we were wondering if it was maybe Hallmark Channel quality. No offense to Hallmark Channel. If you love Hallmark Channel, it's yours. Just not my cup of tea. But it has this kind of music that sounds canned and and the acting isn't great, the sound isn't. It was heavy hitting with a message, and then at the end you go, did that message ever come out clear? And the answer is no. uh, so that one is not a real win, but it is better than Wally World or whatever it is, Wally's World or whatever I told you with the audio animatronics. It's a little better than that, but the audio animatronics are really creepy and kind of cool. So even though that movie's terrible, and Nick Cage doesn't say a word in it, does not speak at all. It's a trip. You may just want to check it out because you watch how he acts without ever opening his mouth, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, there's all these different kind of movies that are really awesome. And Stolen, I thought, was really a lot of fun. And then I watched one just before we turned in called 211. And I want to watch that one again because I really liked it. I liked there's a young man that plays right along their cops. Nick Cage plays a cop, plays dad. He always plays a dad that usually is not the best dad, but is a sweet, loving dad. And I love that character that he plays in a lot of things. And the kids are cool. The kid is really cool in Retirement Plan. The little girl is so fun, so fun. And it's really. I thought that was a really good movie. And there's more for me to see because he has so many, and I haven't seen all of them, so it's fun. Also watched the sequel to Ghost Rider and like that too. My husband said most people didn't like that second Ghost Rider, and I can see that because they changed sort of the formula with the Ghost Rider from the first one. The first one was really good. Second one, but I still liked it. I still liked it. I tend to like a lot of movies that people don't, and not like a lot of movies that people do. That's why they make so many movies, I guess, because we all like different ones, right? So that's the deal. But Family Day was a lot of fun because we had good food, and we had good snuggles, and the sun came out. So my little dog decided to jump off the bed from cuddling us, or jump off the couch from cuddling us, or whatever, and curl up in the sunshine because there's a sunbeam that goes across the floor, and she just stretches out. She does like a hot cool thing. She lays in the sun and gets all warm, then she lays in the shade and cools down, then she lays. It's kind of fun just watching her, actually. And then the day was gorgeous yesterday, so sit out on the porch swing and all of that. It was nice. It was really, really, really nice. I had to do a couple things for my um for there was a little bit of business sneaking in because I had to give my probate lawyer a couple of things he asked for. Also got all the pins mailed out. So if you are someone who ordered a pin from the Chalk Walk event, my Star Wars pin, you either have it now or it's on its way. Let me know. I've got one more to send to Anne Marie, and that goes in the mail today, Anne Marie, if you're watching. So all good things, all really good things. And you can see my energy is up, and that is because I'm getting my life back. My birthday is next month, so I am like whoop whoop, and I have a painting class as a gift, so I can't wait to go. It's going to be the first time ever I've been in a painting class. Everything I've done up till now has been online, but I started during the pandemic, so it would be nice to have a little bit of guidance from like someone who knows how to do this. I say that because that you don't have to paint like them. A lot of people liked Bob Ross, okay? And I thought Bob Ross was amazing. But to spend my life painting exactly like Bob Ross is not my dream. I think it would be nice to learn his techniques, as with any painter, any sculptor, but I don't want to paint or sculpt like them, because what happens is they go, wow, that looks like Bob Ross. And my name is nowhere near Bob Ross. My name is Terri Hardin. So I want it to look like a Terri Hardin piece. And when I look at certain paintings from my friends or people that I admire, it's because I can tell their art in it. I can look at certain paintings. My friend Janny G from Canada, I can look at paintings and know they're hers. I mean, I don't even have to look at the signature, because I know the paintings are hers, and I just love her style. She uses a lot of recycled materials, and they are absolutely breathtaking. She loves color. She's a colorful lady herself. Fun, fun, fun. Really, really fun. So hopefully my style will come. I have a really good friend. He sculpted with me on the 1996 Rose Float. He did the face of the little boy. His name is Mark Tavares. And we saw each other at I think it was a Monster Palooza, which I think is coming up. I'm not real good with conventions, but I think Monster Palooza is coming up. Anyway, he is a painter now. He was sculpting and now he's painting, and he paints cartoon caricature stuff. Really clever, really, really clever, really funny jokes. And people just gobble his paintings up. And I asked him how long it took him to find his style. And he said about 7 to 10 years. So will I find my style? I don't know, but I'm enjoying the search. And I just follow my teachers and learn the techniques. And this one I'm going to be live and working with. I'm a super fan of one that's out of London named Will. And he's very talented. And I love the way he markets. So eventually I want to do some sculpting classes to teach. A lot will go through my Patreon page, but I'll have a few free ones on YouTube eventually, because I've watched Will and watched how he gives you a few lessons to learn for free on YouTube, and then says, hey, if you want to learn more in-depth stuff, then you go over to my site and you pay for a class. I just think it's nice, because I give you something, and then if you can see whether or not I'm a good instructor for you, and then you can get involved in the class if you want to. And if not, don't have to, no big deal, right? So that to me sounds very exciting as I move into more retirement and less, like I said before, I love working without a deadline. And I find myself, if I'm pressed for deadlines, going, not wait, too tight for me. Let's breathe. Let's chill. Anyway, so that was my weekend. It was fun. It was exciting. Now during this week, I have a few things I've got to do. I've got some people I need to talk to. We've been trying to connect, and it hasn't been easy, because it's been, one of the things that you should know is that when you promise something to your spouse that you'd say is the love of your life, which is Lindsay is my love of my life, the words don't hold any water if you keep taking their day away. Okay. Now he will tell you hey, it's not that big a deal, but it is. It is that big a deal. Okay. I don't know if this is you, but if you're working a lot, and you're working a lot, and you're working a lot, the people often who get the short end of the stick are your family, your kids, or your wife, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or whatever. And he is so flexible and so sweet and so generous that I said, no, Sunday is going to be our family day. And he kept saying, look, if you got something to do, I get it. No, 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 no. He let me do it for 3 weeks in a row. I took that Sunday away from him, and he was sweet as could be about it. But I said, yesterday, no. Phone went off, and we spent the day together doing silly stuff, which is lovely. That's what we like, silly stuff, like Nick Cage movies, and strawberries and cream. Just so wonderful. You gotta try it sometime. Chilling is good, at least one day a week. There's a reason God gave you one day and 7 to rest, right? Forgive me, I'm going to turn this off because it's really noisy and so weird. It just is just weird. But anyway, so let's see what you have to say. I have gone on for 40 minutes. See, I'm really good at talking. My husband said this is why he suggested a YouTube channel, because if there's one thing this kid can do, it's chatter. So you guys will not disagree. Crazy Mike says, let's put it up here. This is one thing I love about the public. They just let me use my StreamYard like I'm used to. I heard Disney is building a hotel in the Everglades. The hotel is called Swamp and Dolphin. I am a gullible person, and Mike and Joe, two people that are regulars here, are having a lot of fun doing this sort of thing. Mike has another one for you. Are you ready? If Donald Duck was a plumber, he would be lucky he has feathers, or his butt quack could be seen. LOL. That one I know. I've got a little girl in the UK is going to find that one funny. And he's doing it. So he's kind of entertaining people while he's waiting for me. Debbie says, hello, friends. People are saying hello back. Nick Cage was so good in Drive Angry. I've yet to see that. How did you know I wanted to see that? I heard they're making Drive Angry 2, and the first one was 3D. And was it? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thanks for telling me, Mike, because Drive Angry. And then my husband says, Bad, is it Bad Lieutenant? Is good also. 2 I haven't seen, or I've seen but don't remember. No, I know Drive Angry I haven't seen. I'm so excited because I like when I've got a lot to watch. You know, just when a series gets good, it ends, or you got to wait another year or something. And I'm like, So the fact that Nick Cage has done, and apparently he's doing extremely well now. He's doing very, very well. He's back on top, and I think he's loving life. I mean, we haven't spoke to him directly, but it just looks like he's loving life. And why not? You know, this retirement plan happens in the Cayman Islands, and all you can do is thank Nicolas Cage saying, you know what I'd like to film in the Cayman Islands. Boom. Movie in the Cayman Islands. And it's fabulous. It's just, it's beautiful water and clear. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. My husband says extremely hot, and I'm not a heat person, but I don't feel the heat when I'm watching the movie. I can just enjoy all the beautiful scenery and him enjoying the beautiful scenery. Really cute, really funny, really sweet. You got to see that, The Retirement Plan. Very, very good movie. And like I said, he's got others coming out. We looked at the list, and he's got 4 or 5 in 2024. Some have just hit, some are about to hit, This guy knows what to do. However, my husband said, that's Lindsay, love of my life, said that Nicolas Cage might just be thinking of doing TV. Now, I'll tell you something. Having done TV, it's great. Having done TV commercials, they're fabulous because you really can stay in your hometown, in your home, your comfy, cozy house, and do your job. A lot of times, if you are doing a television series, you got yourself a parking place. And if you choose it's like you get to pick. No, it's not like, the vegetable platter at a buffet. But here's the thing. If you're someone as big as Nicolas Cage, someone who's as sought after as Nicolas Cage, and you've got your own production company, now you can get a script you like, not necessarily play the lead role, play a reoccurring role, and make it a TV series. You've got the power to do that. Now, will it take you a little time? Sure. But I mean, come on, do a movie while you're waiting. He seems to have them lining up. But for TV, he can stay home. He can have his own parking space. Maybe he only wants to work twice. Let's say it shoots in 8 days and he only wants to work 2 or 3 days a week. If he's a reoccurring character, bingo, bango, there it is. And then the lead character works the 8 days, right? Law and Order SVU, this Marissa, I think her first name, who's been doing this for 26 years, 27 years. She's been playing this lead character. She's killing it. And, I would imagine that she's saying to herself, let's ride this wave till it hits land. That's what I would be saying. And she's great in it. I mean, of course she is. She's been doing this character for 20 plus years. And it's amazing. But it also keeps the rest of the people, her side characters, the ones that I'm always watching, employed. Parking space, know what you're going to do, go in, get your craft service, grab your pages, sit in your room, in your dressing room, get made up, read your pages. You probably read them before, but you're familiarizing any changes. I used to do the show Dinosaurs. We went for 5 years. This is what it was like. Parking space, commitment of craft services. Terry, we got some pages changed. Get the pages, kick back with the coffee, read the pages. It's a long day, but it's a long day local. And it's a lot of fun. So, Nick, if you're listening, which is doubtful, but if you are, this TV is a good idea, especially since, dude, you're in the catbird seat. You get to call the shots. I audition and pray for luck, but you can make it happen. So I'm with you, and I can't wait to see your series or multiple series because you seem to do things in Costco size pack like your movies. Anyway, I love it. It was a great day. I'm hoping to repeat that day sometime. We were going to go to the beach, but it was overcast, and people said, don't bother going to the beach on the weekend. Now, maybe they were wrong. But my husband and I, we can do that during the week when there's nobody on the sand, like zero. Lots of fun. We used to always go to Gladstone's during the week, but I don't know if you guys know that the Gladstone's in Malibu closed, and it broke my heart. My favorite beach restaurant because of the view. Food maybe wasn't, 5-star. But the thing that was wonderful about Gladstone's is they were open from 11 until 11 in the morning until 10 at night. I used to take my mother there, and we would sit at a table inside looking at the beautiful ocean for like 4 to 6 hours, just catching up. And we'd have lunch, and then we'd have snacks, and then we'd have dinner, and then I'd take her home. That was her favorite Mother's Day. Sometimes we'd go to that metaphysical place that's on Sunset, the big white building. And we would walk around and look at the swans and buy something from her from that little store that was there. But it was a great Mother's Day, and we did that every year until she was now she's in the convalescent hospital and doesn't walk anymore. So I can't do that. Many say you could if you could put her in the wheelchair, but I'm not going to go into all of that. She doesn't walk anymore. Let's just leave it at that. So I go and visit her, and we reminisce about that stuff and things like that. But yeah. So we didn't go to the beach, but we really had fun watching Nick Cage movies, and my husband would kind of watch them and then read, and then we'd fall asleep, and then we'd wake up. It was really lazy, like I'm not getting out of my pajamas kind of a day. I love those days. Anyway, thank you for those, Mike. Those are I'm going to put those down. I wrote them down. Nick Cage was going to make a Superman movie, but kryptonite got into the film to speak, and it never got made. Well, isn't he playing the Spider-Man? Did I get that wrong? Is he doing that like black and white, dark? I can't follow the Marvel stuff. It changes every time I turn around, right? So I'm kind of like, I'll wait till it gets, and then my husband will explain it to me. But even he is just getting bored of it. I don't know how you feel being a Marvelite if you're a Marvel person, but you might be getting bored. Like I'm kind of getting bored with the mediocre Star Wars stuff they're doing. So I'm just praying maybe something good will pop up. But Ahsoka was just awful. I won't even go there. We'll stay on the upbeat Nick Cage stuff because I really don't want to go there. But again, I thought that I read that somewhere, came across in my feed. I'm not sure. Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Hello, AJC Magic TV. Thank you for joining us. And everyone is saying hello. And it's great. Terry, you're a pop icon to your missile satellite in the movie Space Cowboys. Yeah. How are you feeling, Terry? I'm doing well. I'm about to be 67 years old. That's 67 years old. And that will be in June. And one of the things that I've been saying to my friends and family is don't put off doctor's appointments. Not necessary. As an artist, you push all of that away. I mean, honestly, you're in your zone, you're painting, you're sculpting, you're drawing, whatever you're doing, and the world just disappears around you. You are in this beautiful element, whether you're playing music or listening to movies. I listen to movies. I can't play music in the background because I dance to it. I move to it too well. Even if it's like Vivaldi, I tend to react. So I always have a movie that I know really well or a series that I know really well, like Downton Abbey or Doc Martin, always, or kick butt movies. Like I love Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. I can recite it. Yeah. You must feel. Yes, I love that Bruce Lee. Yes, yes. Why? Because precision. So, off topic, my husband loves the Kill Bill movies. I do not like them. See, I told you, movies you like. I love Quentin Tarantino. I think he's a genius. But the Kill Bill movies, I couldn't understand. Every element in them, I should like. Because I love Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman. I love Lone Wolf and Cub. I love the Conan the Barbarian first movie. I love Enter the Dragon. Not really a Fist of Fury person, but I love Enter the Dragon. I think it really showcases Bruce Lee very well. And I kept saying to my husband, I can't understand why I don't like Kill Bill. I watched it again because sometimes when I'm in my mindset earlier is not as good as my mindset later. And I'm not saying I hated everything. I liked a lot of elements about it, but a lot of it I had trouble with. Mainly lead characters when they did their sword fighting. And I know they practiced hard. And I know that they did the absolute best they can. I mean, Uma, she worked herself into the ground to do these moves that she does in this film. But it's sloppy. It's sloppy. And it doesn't stick. If you watch Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon, everything he does is crisp. Yo, 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 not yo, yo. None of this stuff. Sword. None of that. If he is using the nunchucks, they are so precision tight and cool. This is me. This is what I like to watch. Love the crispness. Zatoichi. If you watch the person who, and he's amazing, he's in a couple with his brother, and that's really cool because his brother, the person who plays Zatoichi the Blind Swordsman, his brother plays the wolf in Lone Wolf and Cub. And it is amazing. Precision, tight, crisp moves when they work. Another one who does that is Jackie Chan. So I just like that better. And there were a lot of things in Kill Bill I really, really liked. Like I liked the young girl who's the bodyguard, and I love the 88. I thought they were fun, even though I thought they were a little sloppy too. That was kind of the point. But I overall with the movie, fight scenes are messy. And like my husband says, it's survival. It's what Quentin Tarantino wanted, and it's Quentin Tarantino's film, so it's yours. It's just if I have a choice to watch that or Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee or any Zatoichi, I'm watching those. Yeah, because I love that tightness. I even like if you see the original Conan the Barbarian with Sandal and Jerry West and obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can see I actually trained with that teacher who kicks that guy when he's laughing, when he goes to Conan, and he kicks the other guy, the other student in the crotch, and he's really good. His name is Yamazaki Sensei. He's really good. Trained with him for about 3 years. I won't digress, but Yamazaki was such a great teacher because he took each person as their own little module. So Sandal, Jerry, Conan, and you'll notice the sword that Conan has a large soft area below the hilt, so he can grab it to spin it because it's a big, massive sword because he's a big, massive man, and it really fits. When you watch him, he wields it like it's it's this massive claymore type. It's not a claymore, but giant, massive weapon, where Sandal has a lighter weapon, curved weapon. Yamazaki hated that she did this in the movie. It was movie business, but I dug it. And then you got Jerry West, surfer, Hawaii, who was so fast they had to slow the film down. And when you watch his precision, it's delicious. I mean, he is just the Cuisinart of swordplay in that movie, and lots of fun to watch. So that's what I like. We'll stop there. That's why I love these movies, but I'm not good with sloppy sword fighting. I'm sorry. And my husband says, well, when you watch Zatoichi, the people he fights, they're sloppy. That's the idea. You realize that the big bosses, they hired anybody who could wield a sword. Didn't matter if they were good at it. But almost every episode, Zatoichi comes up against the guy. And later in the series, there's a sword fighter. I call him Elvis. He is amazing. He is amazing. And he's got this face that has this really kind of almost Zanty misfit look. But the guy is so flippin' crisp. It's so fun to watch this man move. And it's incredible. It's incredible. And so, yeah, so that's why I like Kill Bill. I could tell you out of a 10, I give it a 5. But it's because I like the other movies better. That's just me. I just love that precision. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sort of has it, but they really rely on a lot of wire work, which is fun, but not as fun as when you watch people really kill it on the ground. So that's why I like that stuff. I know I'm digressing, but yeah, so there you go. Anyway, AJC says hello, Terry. Thank you. And Joe is here. Hi, Joe. Joe says good news this morning. Terry, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, and Deadline have all posted that Yellowstone has finally started filming of the second half of the 5th season of the show, and it's still due in November. Is Kevin Costner in it, Joe? Or did he just go, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya? Because there was the conflict, wasn't it? The conflict was between Kevin Costner, and remember I told you I love the sideline characters? Well, the guy who's actually like a real rodeo dude, the one that supplies the horses and helped cast, he wrote the thing, right, Joe? Oh, I love that guy. That guy is so cool. He's super cool. Anyway, I like him a lot. I'm a big fan of his. I forget what his company's called, but he wrote it, and I love him. And I want to go see it for him. And for the lady, the woman who plays the daughter, who's so good. And she's British, but she does one of the best American accents. It's worth it. It's worth it to watch it. Yes, very good. Yay, Joe. That is good news. Debbie says, I am part of that tribe. I'm so thrilled and grateful to be part of it. Debbie, you've been a real wonderful addition. Thank you for saying that. I just love the fact that you participate and you share and you're helping with, you put both feet in, you put your whole, I can't thank you enough. I'm really glad to have you. Joe says, Kevin Costner's epic Western Horizon, an American saga, received a 23-minute standing ovation at Cannes the other night. It will be 4 films in total, with the first film only in theaters June, second film in theaters August. Costner has invested $38 million of his own money into the dream project of his. I hope they're good. If Cannes is standing up, that the feed I have is of Francis Ford Coppola, because I'm super fan of Francis Ford Coppola, but he's invested a lot more money in his movie, and some people say it's kind of self-indulgent. I'm saying it nicely because I haven't seen it. I want to see it, except for that it's got Adam Driver in it, and I'm not an Adam Driver fan. I don't know what people see in that actor. He's so wooden and so boring, in my opinion. This is my opinion. If you love Adam Driver, please don't take offense. He's not your brother. But he's just not the actor for me. Ugh, I just don't see. Ugh, ugh. Don't get me started. Anyway, Costner, I hope these are good. I hope they are. You hate to see someone invest their money and then they're not good. You know what I mean? So I'm praying they're both. I'm hoping that Francis Ford Coppola's they get really excited about, not because it's Francis, but because the movie's good. And then I would love to see these Kevin Costner ones if they're good. You know, the thing was about Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner was not the draw for me. It was the side characters, all those characters. Like I love when Graham Greene does the coffee bit with him. Oh, I love that. That's just such a great scene. Yeah, that's what I get into is those side characters. I just people I'm a character actress. Of course I'm gonna like the side characters. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Yep. Now, every time I build something at home, I take a picture and send it to Terry. That reminds me I have to take a photo of the cup holder. Yes, he does. He sends me all kinds of cool stuff. And I do look at all of it, but I may not respond all the time because I'm making my own cool stuff. But I love seeing it. Yeah, I do, Mike. It's very kind of you. Makes a lot of sense. It does. It does. Speaking of Nicolas Cage's upcoming film, The Surfer, yes, I was trying, before I finish your statement, Joe, I was hoping it was a sequel to Retirement Plan, but it's not. It's not. It's different. And they say there's not much surfing in it. Apparently, Nicolas Cage gets on a board at the end of the movie. But you can be about surfing and not be surfing. Could you? Maybe. I don't know. Also received a standing ovation at Cannes this past weekend. I'm dying to see it because they say, again, you know, one of the things about Nicolas Cage movies is I see him progress, and I love watching an actor progress in their body of work, is the inner. He starts to do a lot of innermost stuff. He'll do the action, which I love, but he does a lot. Like Pig is so good. Pig is so good. And if you haven't seen that, guys, pull that up and watch that. It's one of his best. And it really gets you. It gets you where you live. It is amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. And it's an introspective. And I think Nicholas is doing more of those as he gets older because that's kind of what he wants to do. And he's able to do what he wants to do. When you get older, you say to yourself, what is it I want to do? When you're young, you're hungry and you're like, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that. I have energy to burn. But then when you get older, you're kind of like, what is it I want to do? I would like to travel. I would like to work without a deadline. That's what I want. I just want to work without a deadline and talk to you guys. I love talking to you guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. Obsessed with it, actually. Have you guys seen Amelie? It's that sort of thing where you've got Amelie, who's adorable, kind of making things happen for people, helping people realize what they want to do in a roundabout way. And I hadn't seen the film in a while. I watched it a couple days ago and it was just fantastic. I know why it's in my queue now. I know why we have it, but it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's French too. Can't go wrong with a French movie. I'll tell you what. But yay, I'm glad to hear that, Joe. Hi, Terry. How are you? Hi, Mike. I'm good. Thank you for asking. And my mom, too. This Saturday, the 25th, is the Bethpage Air Show. And we go to the Air Power Museum and can stand so close to the runway when they take off and land. All the World War II warbirds still flying, thanks to all the vets. You know what? This is a cool thing. What the Burbank Airport often will have many of the planes. Now, I'm attuned to a plane that doesn't sound like the ones that always fly over. And I get all excited because I know it's going to be some cool planes. So Memorial Day is like one of my favorite because yay, vets. But yay, old planes. I'm with you on that, Mike. I go absolutely gaga for these older planes. And a lot of them are parked at the Burbank Airport and you can go and tour them sometimes. So I toured that one that's in Heavy Metal. Do you guys know that movie, Heavy Metal? And that, is it a B-17? I don't know the names really well. I'm a visual, but the one with all the windows and that big bubbly gun turret and everything. Anyway, I got to walk through one of those. That was really cool. Also got to walk on the Concorde, though it's not a World War II plane. That was pretty neat. They actually got it at the Burbank Airport when I was a kid. I don't know if it flew on the back of something else because it was a supersonic jet, but we walked and it was so modern and so cool. I never got to actually fly it when it was in service, but boy, when I walked through it, my eyes watered with, oh, this is a sweet little ride here. Yeah, supersonic jet. Love to see those come back. But I digress because you're right, Mike. These are would be a great thing to do this coming weekend for Memorial Day is to watch the air shows. Lots of fun. Um, Not much for being a pilot, but I sure love watching them fly. I think it's really, really amazing. So being able to see them take off and stuff, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm drinking tea. Also, my sister sent me a big box, 160 tea bags of Yorkshire tea on Saturday. Yum, yum. I always have tea. This is an energy tea. It's really, really great. It also just is got a lot of antioxidants. And I love tea. My husband is into coffee. So in the afternoon, he will either do a pour over. If you don't know what that is, I can explain it at some point. And also does espressos. I used to call them espressos because I would express how much I love him. But no, no, that's not true. He's an espresso honey. And the other day he made me the most brilliant espresso. And then he showed me a Godzilla he did because there's uh, that art that they do, latte art, and he's working on it a little bit. This is what he's doing now that he's retired, and it's adorable. Guys, it's cool. He used to be in computers. He still does a lot of the computer stuff for me. If you saw that, if you watched Friday, that pre-record, that's his work, not mine. I'm so lucky to have someone who's that talented. But I love the tea. I love the coffee. And then I bake and cook. Yep. I do cook. Yeah. Yeah. I like to cook. Yeah. The restaurants, sometimes it's good, but it can be really expensive. And then you're not happy with the food sometimes. Yeah. The other day I ate at the fish grill and the salmon. See, I love fish. I'm all about fish. And people cook fish like wood. I mean, you do not cook a salmon till it's like all the same color in the middle. No, no, no. You let it be a little bit pink in the middle, and that keeps it moist. And it's so. I gotta stop because I'm salivating right now. I love fish. Oh, I'm a fish freak. That is my favorite meal. All kinds of fish. Yeah, all kinds of fish. Yeah, I love the fish. But yes, the tea is amazing. Surfer Girl says, hello, hello, my dear. Hi, Surf. People are saying hello to her and to each other. You guys are so sweet. Gail Barbie, hey, baby. Good to see you. Listening to you as I drive through Texas on our way to our new home in North Carolina. I'm glad you're moving to Gail to North Carolina because I have another friend in North Carolina. And I told her as soon as she heals up, I'd like to come and see her. So I think I'm going to have to do a North Carolina tour because you all are going down there. So I'll have to book a plane and come and see y'all. Let me know when you're settled, and I will make sure that we make that happen. We'll fly down and say, hey, never been to North Carolina, so it should be kind of fun to see you all and what y'all love so much about it because like 5 of you are down there now that I can go and say hi to. So safe travels, my dear Gail. I'm going to miss you, girl, but love hearing that you're on your way to fun and adventure. That happens where I live. You have to make appointments in advance always. And it's crazy advanced. Like, I don't mind advanced. I just am not used to advanced. See you in August. And I'm like, but it's May. See you in August. You know, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see what he says here. Crazy Mike says, this past Saturday, I was at the park with a friend and his 4-year-old daughter and his 2-year-old son. She was helping me set up the launch pad, and we launched a few model rockets. She pushed the button too and launched one also. Well, good for you. So you weren't at Disneyland doing this. You were at like a real park. Good for you. That's exciting. And guys, Mike points out a really good thing here. It doesn't all have to be park talk. It doesn't all have to be movie talk. You can talk about whatever you want, and we'll do our best to accommodate it, right? Um, awesome. Wow, that's exciting, Mike. Gail Barbie, whereabouts in Texas are you driving through? Yeah, Joe is asking her all about it because she used to be near me, and we used to do events together. Debbie says she has many doctor's appointments too, needs to make them. Yep, we got to get on it. Can't be pushing that back as creative people because we want to be around to do more creativity. So let's not push that important stuff aside. That's very important to keep your stuff going. Mike says I have all my doctor's appointments in my phone. It makes it easier to keep track of. Hey, track isn't the hard part. All right, for me. No, I've got a great book. What's hard is getting them to like keep it in the same month. There, I said it. However, I just renewed my driver's license and it was so flippin' easy. I was happy. I applied because it looked like I was going to have to go in. You know, when you're in your 60s, you think, well, maybe they want to check my eyes or something. But they looked it over and said nope. And I did it all by mail, and I just got my new driver's license. And woo! Now the key, guys, and to all of you out there, you got to get this Real ID before it gets too crowded, because you know people wait till the last minute. So don't wait till the last minute. In fact, one of the things I want to do with my husband, hopefully today, if I can pull him away from the computer, because he's so dedicated to getting an audio podcast done for y'all. That's right. Terry TV, the podcast, which is basically, don't get super excited. It's not like a lot of you cool podcasters up there. It's just I've had a lot of requests from my tribe to have a way they can listen while working, and they would love it in an audio version, an MP3 style. So my husband, bless his heart, is going through all my content and organizing it, because remember I told you I'm not good with technology. So about 5 years ago, maybe it was 4 years ago. Let's be conservative and say 4 years ago, okay? We'll just say 4 years ago. I know it was 5 years ago, but we'll say 4. He said to me very sweetly, don't worry about where or what or how, just shoot content. Just do content. Just do content and do content. And then later on, he said, you probably should label it. Because again, you know, I didn't know what to do. So I started labeling it. And now he's going through it. And it's a lot, because every time I turned around, I turned the camera on. He told me that's what I should do. And some of it is usable, some of it's not. But when it comes to audio, he had me do a little technique where the audio is recorded well, and so it's clear. So for you guys, the audio is good. If the audio is not good, I told him just chuck it. You don't need every single audio of the videos that I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been. But many of you have asked for this. So we're working on podcasts for both my private page, my tribe page, which is the one that's the challenge, guys. I don't know if you have a way to privately broadcast to a group, but if you do, you podcasters, reach out to me and give me your counsel, because I'd love to have it. Right now, I'm thinking I probably will have to just upload them to my private page on my Patreon website. But if you've got something else where I can do it publicly, I can do Spotify, I can do, you know, what is it? The Apple version, iTunes, see? That I can do that, and you guys can tune into iTunes, iHeart, all of that for the public one. This one. But for the Terry's Tribe, I've been hearing that in order to make it private, that someone would have to pay another fee, and I don't want my tribe, who pays $5 a month, to have to pay an additional $5 a month to hear the podcast. You follow me? It's not necessary. So I got to figure out how to make that beautiful. Meanwhile, he's just cataloging them, dividing them between tribe, private, and public. It's very important that the privates stay private for the reasons I told you before. A lot of heartfelt stuff comes through there that I don't necessarily share on the public one, just the way it is, guys. And so He's not. We're still researching that. But if you're a podcaster or know a super califragilistic podcaster that might be able to give me some advice on that, please let him know that I'd love to hear that. It would be great. Mike says he loved Ghost Rider. Me too. I just love Ghost Rider. I love the scene where Nicolas Cage has to tell his girlfriend that he is the Ghost Rider. I just love that. I kind of thought maybe he should show her the fire, but because before that scene, he does this little fire bit because he's trying to control it, and he actually gets it to ignite. And then she comes and he's trying to get rid of it before she shows, because she surprises him by coming back. And this love of his life. And I just kept thinking, you could say, well, let me show you. But of course, that would make the movie much shorter, and it's much more fun as she watches him drive up the side of a building. It's not a spoiler, guys, but you are going to absolutely love it. And then in Ghost Rider, there is a young lady. I don't know her name. Joe Penny. I know you can help me with this. She is a brilliant comedian. And this is one of her first movies. She plays kind of a punk rocker, and she does this. Something like this. She's really adorable, but it's one of her first films, and I recognized her right away. I said that she's so cool. But now she's huge. She not her size. She's a huge, amazing actress. She's been in so many things, and she sings beautifully, and she's talented, and she's wonderful. And it's one of her first movies, and you love those first movies where people that now are like a big name, almost a household word. Just because I can't remember her name doesn't mean she's not a household word. Names do not stick with me. Faces do. It's fun. If you've ever seen the movie Polly, Paulie, about a parrot, you will see Tony Shalhoub's first introducing Tony Shalhoub. So lots of fun to see that. Splash introducing Daryl Hannah. Just fun to see people do their initial stuff. It gets you. It gets you. It's good. It's good. Gail says Bellevue. Boy, I'm not going to comment on that, you silly girl. And Mike asks, if I seen Drive Angry? No, but I'm going to make a point of seeing it. I wrote it down. I just looked up the movies he was in. There's a big list. It's huge. And Mike, if you have a streaming channel, I think it's Roku, they categorize it like Nicolas Cage action, Nicolas Cage introspective, Nicolas Cage art. May not be those titles, but they break it down. And if that's not where they break it down, then Prime breaks it down. But it just goes like this. It's so cool. It's cool. I think it's cool. I never tire of watching him in a movie. I just don't. He's a lot of fun. He has kind of an Elvis-y way about him. That eyebrow pops up every so often, and I like it. I like it a lot. So he's one of my favorites. He's a good one. He's a good one. Gail says Joe Penny now Montague. There you go. There you go. Yes, Honeymoon in Vegas, which is not one of my favorite. Raising Arizona is one of my, I like that one. Yes, I do like that one. That Bantha issue you were in back in 1981 for winning the Star Wars fan club contest said you had seen The Empire Strikes Back 108 times. I had a special seat. They reupholstered it at the Egyptian Theater, and I could go anytime. It had a rope across it. Yeah, in the early days of Star Wars, no such animal. I had to be a lot more clever. You said it was 95. What happened? Oh, I'm 67. What can you say? But the bottom line is probably the 95 is when I sat in that chair. Up until then, I went and saw it on my own, and then they gave me a chair, reupholstered it and everything at the Egyptian. It was cool. Made me feel like a celebrity. Yeah, it was really neat. It was really neat. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Empire is my favorite movie. I almost slept through I got the first ticket. Oh gosh, what a great day that was. But I almost slept through it because I had been up for 3 days in line waiting to see it. There was no internet. There was no smartphones, so don't get all squirrely about it. That was the only way I could get the first ticket, and that's the way we did it. So there you go. Thank you, Joe. If you have a copy of that Bantha Tracks, take a copy of it. I'd love to have it because I'm not sure where mine is. I know I have it, but I haven't found it yet. I may have sold it. Oops. I always wanted to see Walt's Barn. Yes, it's great. And you got to get with the Carolwood docents there because they're really, really volunteers. They're going to give you all the history. They're going to, oh, it's so awesome. And if you go during Christmas, you get to see Santa. They give out gifts to the kids. Easter, they have Easter egg hunts. It's a great place, and I love being a part of it whenever I can. Crazy Mike and Drive Angry, the actor that did the insurance with the Mayhem in the Progressive ad. There is so many. Oh, Mayhem. Well, Mayhem is good in John Wick, isn't he? With a pencil. No, he doesn't say that, but he always goes, English. To the bad guy. The big bad guy's always talking in a different language and he's going, English. He is. He's quite funny. He's quite. I like when he gets a role in the movie. So you're right. I'll look for him. I will, Mike. I'll look for him. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Speaking of The Empire Strikes Back, tomorrow's the 44th anniversary of the theatrical release. Yes, that did come across my feed. That means that exactly 44 years ago, this very minute, you were sitting in line for the movie. That is correct. I was sitting in line for the movie to get the first ticket. Yep. And being interviewed coast to coast. Actually, they interviewed me at 6 a.m. Pacific time. That was the first person to interview me and asked me why I was sitting in line wrapped in a Star Wars blanket. But I had already been there. I went the day before. Yeah, I'm writing a book about it. Yeah, the story is wild. What I had to go through, but it was really fun. I look back and it's, it's history. It's my history, my crazy history. I see this goal and I go for it. That's all I can tell you, Joe. Just my nature, right? Moonstruck is cute. I like that movie. Cher, she kind of steals it in Moonstruck. Face Off is fun too. That's John Travolta. I remember. I haven't seen it in a while. I should check those out. But you're right. You're right. Those are good. Pig is currently available for free on Tubi. It's so good. Joe, you got to see this movie. It is so different and it's so, so good. Yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And then we can talk about it next time if you want. Just bring it up, even if I'm on another subject. Good movies, says Debbie. Crazy. Has any Nick Cage movies been visiting outer space or underwater in a submarine? I haven't found one yet, but that doesn't mean the future. I mean, he's amazing. He did some cowboy ones, Mike, that I want to see, but I have to pay for those. So I'm going to watch all the free ones first, and then I'm going to pay for the other ones. Yeah. But we are creating our own library. I don't know if I mentioned this. For those of you who are new or listening to this after live, I created my own library. And my husband and I are doing our own library of DVDs because we like to watch what we like to watch when we like to watch it. So instead of, paying a couple $100 a month because Paramount has got the stuff behind their hot firewall, Hulu has behind their firewall, Disney has everybody has it behind their firewall. You're paying a lot of money per month to watch this stuff. And so we started to buy DVDs and Blu-rays so we could have our own library, and it's growing. Yeah, it's really cool. So yesterday I asked if I could have the sequel to Ghost Rider, and I think it's Ghost Rider Vengeance or something like that. Anyway, my husband has a rule, $10 or less. And oh my gosh, I got a Blu-ray. He got me a Blu-ray that has both movies on it for under $10. Yeah, I was surprised too. Pretty awesome. Now, every once in a while we have to invest because we'll get Criterion Collection stuff. But most of the time it's movies like Ghost Rider where we just want a couple films. There was a movie yesterday I really wanted to have. I wanted to get, we had a laser disc of Con Air, but we couldn't find Con Air available for sale. So I went to eBay and bought it off of there. And And that's where I'll go if I can't find it for sale anywhere else. And there's always someone somewhere who has a copy that's brand new if I'm lucky, or a really good quality used one with a return if it doesn't work. So that's what I do. Plus, down the street from me is a really great video place. He does VHS. He has VHS and Blu-rays and DVDs and laser discs and players too. Yes. So I'll go in there and he sells them for like $5 each. So you can go and grab those. A lot of them are used, but he's real good about if they don't work. You can say, hey, this didn't work for me, but then for $5, it helps keep it open. And he's a really sweet guy. His name is Matt. Matt just wanted to talk to movies with people, so he opened this cool little box store, and it's really fun. And anytime I have VHSs, I donate them to him because I'm cleaning my garage, so I come across them every so often. So it's really cool. You ought to check it out if you're in the Magnolia Park area of Burbank, across from Porto's. Yes, yes. And you all know what Porto's is because you all love that food. So don't even lie. Face Off was good with Nuke, with the Nuke. Yes, yes. And then National Treasure, which I haven't watched those, but there's 2 or 3 National Treasures, right? June we will be in Philly and all the history sites, but I won't be stealing the Constitution. I do remember that. Pretty cool, huh? It's so interesting, some of it. Surfer Girl says she loves Moonstruck. Me too. I think it's really lovely. It's yeah, really a lovely film. Gail Barbie, you must have passed through Bowie. That's where the American Hat Company is located. They make the best cowboy hats. Ooh, Joe. I love that little bit of information. That sounds like a fun place to go visit. My favorite Nick Cage movie is Drive Angry. I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm going to have to check that out, Mike, because I knew you told me about that. Terry, you ever see the movie Small Soldiers when the toys come alive with the army men? I built the walkarounds for that. You know what the walkarounds are? So that's a Universal picture, if I'm not mistaken. And we built the full-size costumes for people to walk around as the small soldiers. So yes, I know this movie very well. I built something for the movie too, but I can't remember what it was. But I built the walkarounds for Universal with my friend Lynette. Yep. I liked Face Off also, she says. Me too. Gonna run downstairs. She's gonna try and be back. We may be done by then. Who knows? Another joke from Mike. I think Terry's home state is Pennsylvania. LOL. Okay, this one says, are Nick Cage movies in the zoo? The Cage part, LOL. He's trying. He's really working hard to get it, guys. In Bowie right now to get gas where the Armadillo Grill is. Ooh, so Joe, you should tell her how to get to that hat place. Tell her the name. She could go check it out before she moves on. Galaxy of Film is in the house. Hello. I love this group. This is a great group of people. My 2 favorite Cage roles are some of his recents. Mandy and Pig are both incredible movies, and in my opinion, his absolute best. Mandy is weird. Guys, I watched Mandy yesterday, and that is a weird movie. I wouldn't say it was my favorite. I gotta tell you no there. No, I won't be watching that one again. But I do like Pig, so it can't be for everybody. Mandy was a wild movie, man. That one was weird. Woo! Drive Angry's rated R and rated O in type O. Very bloody. Yep. Hi, Galaxy. Everyone's saying hello to you. John Chester says, I enjoy Nick Cage, my wife more so. Well, she thinks he's pretty hot, probably, right? Right. I just love his choices. Honestly, I do. I married my lust object. I mean, I'm serious. I know you guys are like, yeah, get over it. No, I'm serious. I had a lust object before my husband. It was It was Christopher Walken. Seriously, I go nuts for Christopher Walken in Brainstorm when he's wearing the overalls. Ooh, baby. But my husband wears his overall wearing much better. So that's my deal. Um, so yeah, there are a few that turn my head. Okay, like the Wolverine. I like the way the hair is and the you know, I just think that's cool. Um, but there you go. Now you know. Um, yes, John. John says Star Wars has gone lame. Yes, hopefully it can get back on its feet soon. I pray. I keep praying. And then Joe says Nick Cage is indeed doing Spider-Man, the movie, the character he voiced in the animated film. And they say it's more noir, which Cage is good at doing noir too, film noir. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Ahsoka sounds like a Star Wars weather girl in the rain. My husband says, go Soka your head. He beat you to it a little bit. Hi, Terry. He's saying, I like the part where it says NBC Sports presents. Yes, I wondered if he was going to do that. Thank you, Mike, for not disappointing me. I thought you just turned 65. Guess that was 2 years ago. You're cute, Joe. Yeah, yeah. Each year I celebrate. Yeah, I loved 55 and I loved 66. 66 was great. I stood at Route 66 a little bit at 66. But I forgot to take a picture. So I should go back and do that. I love Gage in Captain Corelli's Mandolin 2001. I'll have to look it up. I've never heard of that one. Kill Bill was my first rated R movie. Oh, congratulations! That was definitely an R. I love when she's getting her feet to work. I thought that was fun. Yeah, that was cool. Quentin actually has Bruce Lee depicted by actor. Yes, he does. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I don't know that it's very good. The imitators of Bruce Lee have never nailed it. Watch Enter the Dragon. It's so good, but it's really hard. I mean, there's a series I love also called The Ip Man. There's 4 of them, and it's about a man who actually taught Bruce Lee his technique. He probably had several teachers, but the Ip Man is a big deal. Has a very beautiful technique, and the actor who plays him is in the 4th John Wick, and I love that guy. Also crisp, clean, sharp. So a lot of fun to watch. But in Ip Man, yeah, check those out if you haven't seen them. Good stuff. And he has a really good Bruce Lee as the kid. They don't worry about him looking so much, just some of the facial expressions and things he used to do that Bruce Lee used to do. So it's pretty fun. Nunchucks are not real ninja weapon. They were invented for the movies. Yeah, and Bruce Lee works them like no one else. I remember so many people after Enter the Dragon tried to use them and clocked themselves, but good. So, yeah, it's probably good that it wasn't an actual weapon. You knock yourself out and your opponent is like, okay, I'll take it. Speaking of Jackie Chan, I just learned that he and Ralph Macchio are both starring in Karate Kid, which just started filming last month and due in theaters May 30th, 2025. Are we talking about a remake? Apparently the final installment of the series. Oh, so it's like a sequel? Because the original Karate Kid is like my favorite. Like I love it a lot. So we'll see. I'm a purist. Apparently the final installment in the series, not sure how they're going to explain Jackie Chan's character from 2010 remake of the Maya verse, but we'll see. Yes, Joe, we will see. I will give it a gander. I will. I feel you give it a gander, so if you don't like it, you can actually talk about it when you've seen it, not when you've not, right? Terry, are you a fan of Jeff Durham, the guy with the puppets? Peanut, Ahmed, the dead terrorist, Waiter, Act. Not seen him. Check him out. Yes, I've seen him. Yeah, I think all puppets are fun because puppets can be as horrible as a person cannot, or they can be as great. Puppets give you lots of leeway. And one of the reasons I'm a puppeteer is because it's really a cool venue. So yay to him. Yo, Joe, Facebook side jokes are up. Terry, you're a big fan. 4 or 5 blades. I am. Big fan. Did sword work for years under Yamazaki Sensei. That's as big a fan I was. No word yet whether Costner will be back on Yellowstone, but he's very open to the possible. He discusses in interviews with Cowboys and Indians magazine as well as GQ. Really? Well, he needs to come back. He needs to suck it up and come back and be an actor. But you're older, so maybe he's done. And if that's the case, I vote for the daughter to take over. Gosh, I love her. Ruthless as ruthless can be. Oh, she's so good, that actress. Yes, Francis Ford Coppola spent $120 million of his own money on Megalopolis. The response at Cannes has been positive. He still needs a distributor, though. But the teaser trailer, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. It's an interesting premise, and I hope he gets a distributor. Distributors get nervous. You know, they do. I mean, they get nervous. This is a big deal. But I think a lot of people will go see it out of curiosity, don't you? I mean, I want to kind of check it out. Cannes is pronounced can. And no, it's not con. No, you're wrong. It's Cannes. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, I like con better. But Joe, in this, you are incorrect. Check it out. No, Cannes, like in a new one can. Yep, sorry. But yeah, been there, done that. So I'm gonna tell you no. Nope, scans. Yep, you're gonna hate it when you find out because I don't like the way it's pronounced either, but that's the way you pronounce it. Hey Terry, doing a movie or TV show, the station ID bug can be on the bottom of the screen back in the day. Yes, that is correct. You are right. Crazy Mike is on Long Island. Paul flew in a B-17. I love that plane. I also like those fat belly planes. Gail, you know, the ones that have that stubby nose and the big tummy and the back opens up and you can drive trucks and people and stuff in the back. That's my favorite plane. Like it's like you could put a football field in that big plane. What's that one called? I love those planes. Those big fat, they go, they have like lots of propellers and everything. Oh gosh. You could hold a party in one of those planes. They're so big. And that whole back goes, oh, I just love those planes. That's my favorite plane. Yeah, I like planes like that. Once at the Air Power Museum, the B-17 turned to taxi, turned to take off, prop wash, pushed everyone back from the ropes. Yeah. Cool, huh? Yeah. Planes are cool. They are really cool. When the Concorde would taxi on the runway for takeoff, it would burn a ton of fuel just on the runway and could only get supersonic over the water. Great looking plane. And the nose would drop. True. Concorde is amazing. Concorde is amazing. C for takeoff and landing. Yes. And saying hi to each other. So you should cook salmon like you do steak. Keep a little pink in the middle. A little. People are uncomfortable with fish, though. If you don't like fish, they don't know how to cook it. I love fish. So I am an expert fish person because I eat a lot of fish. I really love fish. No fish is safe, as my husband says. No fish is safe. Love it. In fact, for my birthday, I want to go see my friend who owns a sushi restaurant, the best sushi on the planet, and he's in Gilroy. If you don't know where that is, you should look it up because it's an amazing restaurant. I think it's called Omikazu. I think I'm saying it right. It is amazing. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Yes, please. Num num num. Terry, if you start to grow gills, means that you got to cut back on the fish. Did that joke flounder? You're cute. You're funny. I have to be careful though when I'm with people who, like, I have a friend who loves The Little Mermaid. She keeps saying fish are friends. I keep saying her fish are food. I hope we're Gals move to the winds are not high like, oh, gales. I hope we're gales moves to the winds are not high like gale force. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, I'm 60 something and I just renewed. I don't have to do it again until I'm John. You're so funny. How's your music going, buddy? You're so funny. Terry, unplug the router. That will get him off the computer. No, no, no. He's on it to help me optimize content for you guys. Otherwise, he'd be off it. I don't have to unplug anything. I try to help him understand there is no deadline. Do it, and when you want to stop, stop. Because we're retired, there is no deadline. Yeah, this is something I just want to do, and the time it takes is the time it takes, and it feels really good to be able to say that. The time it takes is the time it takes, and then you release it when you can. Absolutely. I love it. Speaking of podcasts, I told my friend Jamie in the UK about you and recommended he contact you for a podcast interview. If he's interested, I'm interested too. Yes, thank you, Joe. I'd happy to help him out. A lot of podcasters I've learned are, sometimes certain for guests. I'm happy to help them out. This is a big undertaking you podcasters have done, and the ones who do it well do it so well. I'm so impressed at being a part of so many that are so well done. And so grateful that you've made it simple and easy for me to be a part of it. Sid Croft had me on his Instagram one a while back, and it was really a joy to reconnect with Sid because he was like my first guy I worked with. So it was really fun. My second one, actually. My first was Hanna-Barbera. But yeah, as a puppeteer. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Joe. John Chester. So they make you renew your license after you're dead? That's rather inconvenient. Rebel Wilson. Joe says the girl you were trying to remember in Ghostwriter, Rebel Wilson, is the only name that jumps out at being a comedian. I can't tell you her name, but I love her. Like I said, in Ghostwriter, she does this. She talks about, and his head was like, and it was a skull. And yeah, she's really good. She's really good. And then at the end, she goes like this. She's really good. I love her in that movie. And it's one of her first. Yeah. I don't know if it's her first, but it's one of her first. The movie line life was awesome back in the 80s. Yeah, it was. I can attest to that. If I made a list of all the kids I did fun stuff with, from model rockets to RC cars, telescope, and other fun stuff, the list would be so long it would reach the moon. And you could get to the moon without a ship, couldn't you? Congratulations. That's a good list to have. By the way, Terry, you say cans is can, like James Caan, not aluminum cans. No, it's can. Cans. Yeah. I don't like it. I like Con better. I do. Cannes Film Festival, but it's cans. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I hate to tell you. I don't know why, just because they want to be different, but that's the way it's pronounced. Yeah. Sorry, guys. What do you call Batman and Robin hit by a steamroller? Flatman and Ribbon? Ooh, that was good, Mike. Get yourself a universal DVD player that plays all DVDs from all countries, since some DVDs are different regions. You're absolutely right. And cheaper, like the Doctor Who, right from England, 75% cheaper. Mike, that's a great idea if it's the right Doctor Who. Right now, my husband is hating the Doctor Who, and a lot of my tribe. I got people who really do not like somebody just walked past. I hope that was my husband. I'm listening. I'm not hearing him open the door, so who the hell is that walking around in my backyard? Anyway, hopefully it's not foe, but friend. Yeah, where am I? What am I doing? Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. Yeah. What's the name of the video store near you with the VHS? Not Eddie Brent's. No, Eddie Brent's, I think, is gone, my friend. That was great. Eddie Brent's was great. I think this one is called Good Times, I think. Anyway, it's just about a block, maybe 2 blocks away from Hollywood Way on Magnolia, going east. But yeah, it's great. It's a great little video store. He does VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, and has players. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a step back in time, actually, for a lot of us. It's very, very cool. So, yeah, that person walking around is not, yeah, that's, guys, give me a minute. I want to reach out to my husband real quick. Ooh, I just pulled up a really cute picture. Okay, this might be my Terminex tech. Yeah, he just wasn't dressed like a Terminex tech. Who is that walking around our backyard? There we go. When in doubt, ask my husband. All right. Sabrina says, Videotech is an awesome video rental place similar to what you're talking about. They had a South Pasadena location for ages, but rent hikes. Are they still available? I see you've got the link here, and that would be great to see. I got to tell you, the Matt at the one here, he just wanted to talk to people about movies, so he came up with this, and he sells them to you, and most people donate him the VHS, and it's really a fun place to go. It is not big though. It's about the size of my shop here, and it's amazing to see the look of it and everything. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Be one. Yeah. She thinks he's hot. I like his acting. So she salivates while you go, Nicholas, go. Something for everyone, right, John? Con Air, are we going to make it to the airport? How about the strip? I like Con Air. It's good. Can't wait to have it because I haven't seen it in a while. I saw the 20th anniversary restored edition of Enter the Dragon, 1973, back in 1998 on the big screen at the Port Theater down in Corona del Mar. It's a fantastic film. It is one of my favorite. I watch it a lot and know it by heart. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. I told you, I watch the side characters all the time. I watch it. Shh, let's be quiet. Which is a jump cut because they could not fill the cut right. So that is the weirdest cut of all in Enter the Dragon. Shh, let's be quiet. It's really weird, but I still love that film. Told you, it's one of my favorite. In the Bruce Lee had to slow down the action he did for the camera, that he was that fast. Yes, and that's the way it was with Jerry West and Conan. He was so fast they had to film him slower. Yeah, they didn't make him slow down. They shot him at a different frame rate when it was just him. Like, it's, oh gosh. If you haven't seen that Conan Barbarian, you need to go back and see it because it's really good. It's got people like Mako in it that are amazing. Just beautiful. Really a fun film. You're so big and so well grown. That was from Conan. I tried Yellowstone for a while. It seemed like some ghetto show with trees. John, I'll tell you about Yellowstone because I feel you. I am with the Screen Actors Guild, and they send us screenings and links to vote on television and motion picture and comedy. And I was introduced to Yellowstone in the 4th season, and it grabbed me. I got to tell you, it got me. But when I went back and watched first season, it was a little unstable. They were still trying to find their feet. But I love season 4. You may want to take a peek at season 4. One of the reasons that season 4 is so good is that a lot of the cast is let me say that again. A lot of the cast are real cowboys. They are a joy to behold. They are just so much fun. real cowboys, real wranglers, real calf ropers, real, 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 real. And I think that's what really makes Yellowstone so special is all of the actual cowboys and and rodeo people that are in that series. So season 4, a lot of people will say, you got to see it from first season. I couldn't because I had to vote on 4th season. So I watched the 4th season and that's what hooked me. And then I went back and watched the others and they were good. But 4th season is quite good. So, you might want to take a taste of that and see what you think if you want. If not, your time is yours, right? Yes, I'm the president of the Beth Page Rocket Club. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yes, it does. AC 135 is asked. CS Galaxies and C17 Globe Master. Salmon is my favorite fish to eat all the time. Debbie, I'm with you. It's a very good one. Gilroy, garlic capital of the world. Gilroy has the best seafood restaurant on the planet there, owned by my friend. If you like tempura, the best sushi restaurant, not seafood. Well, it's all kinds of food. I seafood, especially if it's fish. I eat it. But he has a sushi restaurant there because he loves sushi. He's partners with other people. It's his restaurant, along with a couple of partners of his. And their tempura, you're never going to find better tempura anywhere on the planet. It is so light, crispy, it is so amazing. The onion rings there are to die for. And I'm not really a tempura person. I am a raw fish sashimi person. Just dump the raw fish out. I will eat it. So that's what I love. Yeah. So Joe, you might want to go check them out. C6 Galaxy is the plane, and the C-130 is a bit smaller, but also it's a gunship. Its motto is you can run, but you will die. You will die tired. You guys are good. You guys are fun today. I joined Patreon. Love you. Linda, thank you. I'm going to send you a welcome note and give you the link to our page. Okay. Yeah. Or you can look for Terri's Tribe in Facebook and just ask to join and I'll let you in. Yeah. Either way is cool, but I'll still send you the welcome later. Thank you. You're a love. Glad to have you. We have a Wednesday Zoom call morning and maybe evening too, because we got work to do on the tribe. Yeah. We work there. Rebel Wilson was the night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb. Rebel Wilson was in that. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that one. So I have to check it out. Yeah, but I'll look for her. Yeah, definitely. Make it a blockbuster night. Make it a blockbuster night. The C-130 Spooky Gunship had 20-minute cannons up to 105 millimeter. They would fly in a circle, and the Emmy would call it the Angel of Death. It's a flying gunship. Oh, it's very exciting. Mike, I love hearing this. This is perfect for Memorial Day. We should probably on Memorial Day have a plane discussion and have y'all just keep telling me about these planes. It's a great idea. You reminded me Memorial Day is coming. I probably won't broadcast on Memorial Day because I think I'm going to go see my father. My father was laid to rest at the Memorial Cemetery in West Los Angeles, and I haven't seen him there yet. So I'm thinking of maybe going meet my sister and going down there on Memorial Day, like probably everybody else. So maybe I'll do it the day after Memorial Day, but we'll see. In any case, my dad was put there, and if you want to visit him, you can go there to visit him. So I want to visit him. So I think that might be a cool thing to do because he was a vet. What was the 80s, the Cardi movie with Bruce Lee? I have no idea what you said there. Armed Forces Day was just this past Saturday. Yes, I know. I watched a little bit. Yeah. Just plain not exciting. LOL. You guys are so funny. Guys, we've gone almost 2 hours, and I have to say adieu, au revoir. This has been très bien. I've really enjoyed this very much. You guys are so sweet and wonderful. Really keep me engaged as well as being engaged yourself. Very wonderful. Had a great time with you all. And I want to say thank you for just keeping it real, keeping it fun. What else we got here? Do you like to dive off the diving board and swim underwater? Yes, yes. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to like it because it made my hair go down. Bye, my friend, says Gail. Guys, do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. So if you're ever in the dark areas, swimming in the dark waters of depression or sadness or a lot of weight on your shoulders, take it from me. Last year was that for me when I lost my dad. It was great to have people like you to talk to, and I did some good things. I called people or got together with people I hadn't seen in a while, and that just lifts your spirits and lets you realize how wonderful and great people are in this world as they help you, you help them. One hand washes the other. Be kind to each other, be sweet to each other, do something nice. It doesn't have to always cost money. Just call someone you haven't called in a while, or visit someone you haven't visited in a while, or make that arrangement for lunch or whatever. Okay. All right. Hugs and kisses. And people are saying so long. I watch Nick films too. I love Ghost Riders, says Bobby. Hi, Bobby. And but love Family Man. Ooh, I got to check that out. We just love you. This made my day, Debbie. I want to thank you for that. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Hugs and kisses, guys. Talk to you soon. And bye for now.